Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017, and welcome back to Maplewood Farm. So, quite a bit going on. And at the same time, sort of nothing going on. So we did get this compacted. We've got 95,000 liters of chaff in here. Call it, what would that be, 95 tons? Yeah, if we're at 1,000 liters per ton, yeah, 95 tons. Got this all compacted. So as you know, this map was in the Steam store. Steam store? What? It was in the Giants mod hub. It was there for a minute, then it went away. It was beta, and there are some changes that need to be made. I just spent the better part of an hour trying to compact 100,000 liters of silage, continually like clipping through the walls and restarting, getting stuck in the walls and restarting. So yeah, man, a little bit frustrated right now. Not mad, but a little bit frustrated. And when you hear that a map has some things that need to be tuned up, that's the kind of stuff they're talking about. Perhaps, or could be me and my mod tractor. Anything is possible, but man, I am hot right now. I am frustrated. That is, clipping into a wall. I don't know how you feel about that, but me, that's rough. That's a rough one. Right. Hang on. Let me pull up here, and then I'm going to tell you what's going on. I'm going to bring it around, man. I'm going to bring around this mood, because right now the mood is hot. Right. Set the brake. So I did unload these small bales. That's a pile of bales, is it not? That's pretty. That works. That is a pile of bales. It's a pile of bales. Now over here, we also have a pile of silage bales. So these are the 2,400 liter. These are the 4,000 liter. This is, turn around here. This is 100,000 liters at 4,000 liters per bale. This is equal to 100,000 divided by 25 bales. That's maths. I'm no mathlete, but that's about 25 bales. We wanted 75. 25. We're still 50 light, but we can do that. So I got me to thinking, we did what, 4 pretty decent sized grass fields out of a total of 6. We have one more small one, and the small one is crop grass field, so we could fertilize that. The others are meadow grass. You can't fertilize meadow grass. So you can't, well, because you never really plow a grass field, you only get 30 plus 30 plus 30. So you get 190% on your grass fields if you fertilize them 3 times. But you can only do that with crop grass. You can't do that with meadow grass. So we're looking like, at the moment, the majority of our grass fields are going to be what we've got right now. So we got what? We got 25 silage bales at 4,000 apiece. That's 100,000 liters. We got one bunker at 100,000 liters. That's 200,000 liters. And we got approximately 30 bales at 2,400 apiece. That's 75. That's 275,000. Is that right? And 80,000. 2 loads of 40,000 to the composter. So that's 275. That's 3 maths. Moment, please. Calculating. That is 350, give or take. I don't know that that's enough. I feel like we need that to be more, particularly because grass will bail you out, man. Grass is that silage. I hope the developers never really nerf. I mean, they sort of nerfed silage after FS17. They sort of nerfed it, because you used to be able to, like, a couple of cornfields into the clamp, and you could make yourself $1 million. You could buy every piece of equipment that you wanted, just like that. They nerfed that a little bit. It's harder, but silage is still where it's at. What is this? That's our ripper. What are we going to do? Well, we are going to plow this field under, and we're going to plant crop grass instead of meadow grass. I make no promises for how it's going to go. I think think it's going to go all right. I hope it goes all right. But that's what we got to do, because we have to be able to fertilize this. And right now, with the meadow grass, we cannot. So we have the ripper. We're going to get this unfolded. We're going to go to our menu here. Menu. Allow create fields. Why? Not why. I mean, why? So let us... there's some interesting errors. Right. Let's get rid of that. We can create fields now. Let's test it. Yep, sure can. So let's get up here to a good sort of starting place, and then let us do this. Now, I will tell you the most committing part of converting anything into an arable field. This first, the first cut. First cut is the deepest, as they say. I think Sheryl Crow says that. So let's back up a little bit. Now, do we want to go all the way up to that track? It looks like sort of a natural boundary. Yeah, I think we do. Let's set a speed limit. Cruise control. Let's set a, it's a speed limit of 5 miles per hour. Cruise control on. Drop the ripper. Here we go. So, whew, man, that silage clamp. I'll tell you what, I was, I've never broken a computer. I've broken some keyboards. I'll be real with you. I've broken some mice. We say mice, we say mices, we say mouses. I've broken some. They're perfect for throwing, especially the wireless ones. Ooh. I've never broken a computer. I would say when I kept clipping into the side of that bunker, I would say I was probably, let's say maybe 60%. 60%. You know what? I'm just going to cut right across this track. Sorry, folks. Find somewhere else to walk. People are working here. I was probably 60% of the way to taking this laptop and just throwing it out the window. Oh, it was something. But that's part of gaming. That is absolutely part of gaming. I'm not kidding either. That is, if you want to, God, Cuphead, man, have you ever seen people playing Cuphead online? Yeah, man, part of gaming is frustration. These games are designed to be difficult. They are designed to be frustrating. It's just part of gaming. So it goes. I saw, it's Dashi. Dashi is the gamer that I saw playing Cuphead. And man, that cat, I don't know if you've ever seen Dashi, but that cat, if you like watching somebody suffer while they're gaming, you get you some Dashi. In fact, you know what? I'll do that right now. I will do that right now. I talk about gamers and YouTubers that I've seen that have like inspired me, and I never really talk about them. So let us go through the Hall of Fame, my Hall of Fame. These are my gamers. So if you want to blame anybody for all of this, you need to blame the Mighty Mighty Slap Train. And I used to watch, I was really into gaming when I was a kid. Really, really into gaming. And I was into gaming for a long time. Well into what some people may describe as adulthood. I was still way into gaming. And then I kind of fell away from it. I got really into sport bikes, and I got married. I'm not married anymore, but I got married. And I did a lot of things that like grown-ups do. And gaming is just not something grown-ups do. They're not supposed to. But I was doing my part. And so I sort of fell away from it. I fell away from gaming. And I was not, I don't want to describe this. I guess that's the best way to say it. I wasn't able to game. I wanted to, but I wasn't able to game. And I found the next best thing was watching YouTube gamers, and it was like, I guess, a way to get my fix, without actually gaming, without like falling back into that world, the trap You know what I'm talking about. So I was watching YouTubers. That was like the next best thing, right? And one of the first YouTubers that I found, there were two that I found sort of at the same time, and that was Slaptrain and Tetra Ninja. Now Tetra Ninja plays mostly first-person shooter games, and Slaptrain is mostly racing games. But then one day I saw Slaptrain playing American Truck Sim of all things, because Slaptrain is way into Forza Horizon. And let me see. Well, no, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I was about to say I'm not super happy about these meadow flowers coming through, but you know what? We're going to plant grass here, so it's just going to be meadow flowers growing up through grass, and that'll be perfectly cool once we get this thing seeded. So Slaptrain is way into the Forza Horizon, and he's way into like group driving, like a bunch of multiplayer on a highway or something. And I think that's how he ended up. I'm just speculating here. You can go check his channel out if you want to confirm. I don't know. But I feel like multiplayer American Truck Sim was sort of like that Forza Horizon where you got a bunch of people going crazy on a highway. So that was where I saw American Truck Sim for the first time. Before I saw ETS, before I saw Euro Truck, I saw ATS. And I believe the truck he was building was the 389 Viper. I want to say, that could be it. So I saw that and I was like, oh man, I'm all over that. And I immediately got American Truck Sim. And I have to say it was a little bit frustrating for me. It was, I hadn't gamed for a while, and I had not ever gamed like that. I'd never done any kind of a truck sim or any kind of anything like that. But it was very appealing. I really, really liked it. And then very soon after, I found European Truck Simulator. And having spent my childhood in England and spent a lot of time on the continent, as they say, ETS, I think, I liked it more than ATS, and I particularly liked it more because there were a lot more mods for it, because ATS, this is right after ATS came out. And in fact, I want to say the 389 Viper was ported over from ETS, even though it's an American truck. I want to say that it was made for ETS. If I'm wrong about that, somebody let me know, but I think maybe, I don't know. Anyway, so I got into ETS and I got into the mods, and I just went crazy with the mods. I had no idea like what was right, what was wrong, what was appropriate. All I know is I ended up driving in Scandinavia with Frosty mod, the Frosty Winter mod, in the big Scania Longliner, the one with that giant sleeper on it. And I thought, oh, this is as good as it gets, man. There can't be nothing better than this as far as gaming. This is so relaxing. It's so chill. No zombies. Nobody's getting killed. This is awesome. I love it. And I did. And I kept going back to those mod sites, and I kept seeing farm simulator mods. And I was like, that sounds ridiculous. And I was thinking, like most people do, when I say I'm into farm sim, almost inevitably people are like, oh yeah, Farmville, I play that on my phone. And I'm like, no, stupid, not Farmville, Farm Sim. And they're like, yeah, Farmville. And then it just goes nowhere. But that was what I thought too. I thought, Farmville, whatever. Farm Sim, whatever. And I finally saw, I think it was a Claas Zarian, like one of those crazy, like space tractor looking things. Right? Like if there was going to be a tractor on Mars, it would look like a Claas Zarian. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to check this out. And next thing I know, I am like well committed to FS17. But again, I didn't really know what I was doing. And I had no idea about the equipment, about like what was appropriate, size, configurations, nothing. I saw cool equipment and I was like, oh yeah, let's play with that. Let's do stuff with that. And I did. And now this whole time, I'm getting back into sim gaming. Well, I'm getting back into gaming, period, but I'm coming back into it from the sim gaming side, and that's just ETS, ATS, and farm sim. And so right about this time, I find a bunch of YouTube channels, and they are, I'll try to list these for you in no specific order. I find the Mighty Mighty Daggerwin, awesome. I find Squirrel, awesome. I find Simulate, smaller channel, also very awesome. I find the Jeff Favignano, awesome, right? And I'm just watching these people play sim games, and I'm falling for it, man. I'm falling hard. I'm crushing, as they say, because it is just, it's the kind of gaming that I love doing, but that I didn't even think was possible, I have to say. Because gaming was, I mean, there was flight sim, but for me, farm sim and the truck sims, they flew under the radar. They really, really did. I honestly was not even aware of them. I was that far out of gaming. So I started to ease back in that way, and I'm trying to think, am I leaving anybody out? There's the Gray Still Plays. Now, Gray Still Plays is not really at all into simulation gaming, although he does do the BeamNG, which is sort of simulated, if you're into simulated mayhem and misery. But there's a lot to learn. If you want to be a YouTuber, check out Gray Still Plays. There's a lot to learn about presentation from that cat. He will teach you a lot, for sure. And that was it, man. And I just started watching these cats daily, and I was gaming a lot at that point. Had totally slipped back into it and was converting. I didn't have a gaming system at the time. I was converting what I think of as my utility laptop. I was converting it over to a gaming laptop, but I mean, it had a Radeon card in it, but you know, if a laptop is not really built for gaming from the factory, you're never really going to make it much of a gaming laptop. And then eventually, we did pull the trigger and get a full-blown gaming laptop. That's what I'm playing on right now as we speak. And it's just gone from there. But I have to say, those gamers, and man, I don't want to get like all sentimental, you know? It's not that kind of a channel. I don't want to get all sentimental, but at the same time, I have to say, when you, I'll choose my words very carefully here. When you do something every day, when you have an audience that comes to check you out every day, whether you intend to or not, you become important to people. And as people have like their ups and downs of everyday life, like we all have, something like a gaming channel, you know, particularly a very upbeat gaming channel, very positive, and that's why I'm so adamant about always being positive. Like, if you knew what was going on right before I started recording with that silage bunker clipping through the walls, ooh. But you know what, man? I don't want that to be part of your day. Like, that frustration is my problem. I'll joke with you about it, but that frustration is my problem, not yours. And when you open this video, when you start playing this video, I want everything that you see to be positive and upbeat. And I mean, I have no problem laughing about how silly I am. So the idea that I got super frustrated trying to get that chaff compacted, that to me is funny. It wasn't funny at the time. I have to say I was very, very frustrated, but it's something you can laugh about afterwards. And I want you to be able to laugh about it with me, because that is ridiculous. But that's what I want you to be doing. When you get to my channel, I want you to be laughing. I want you to be smiling. I want you to be learning something about sim gaming. And I don't mean learning like I'm teaching you. I just mean seeing me do something and be like, oh yeah, okay, maybe I'll try that next time, or whatever. But I always wanted to be positive, like relentlessly positive. And all those cats that I just mentioned to you, all those gamers, I have to say they are all relentlessly positive. And if you're having a bad day, if you've had like a long day at work, if you're having a bad day in your personal life or whatever, flip you on some Slap Train, right? Or some Tetra Ninja, or some Daggerwin, and just, you know, it's a different era now. And the idea that how do I want to say this? Like I remember TV when there were a lot less channels. And I remember as it's become more and more and more, like when we got up to about 500 channels, people are like, oh yeah, that's everything you could ever want to watch. And then within a few years of that, now streaming programming came on, Netflix and Hulu and everything, and YouTube. And it's like, oh, no. This isn't 500 channels. This is 5 million channels. This is anything you want to watch, specifically what you want to watch. When you want to watch it. There's no schedule for YouTube. You can watch whatever you want, whenever you want. There's no schedule for Netflix. You can watch whatever you want. And the idea that we can make videos and send them out to each other and that we can, really connect with each other is just amazing to me. It's an amazing time to be alive. And what's funny about that is you don't always realize how amazing things are sometimes until afterwards. So I am just, man, I couldn't be happier that I've got a YouTube channel. I got a little tiny audience. I love it. And I want the quality to keep coming up. I am continuing to push to improve the quality. Next jump is going to be 4K, which ought to happen hopefully in the next few weeks. But yeah, man, just super, super cool to see those cats making YouTube videos and think, you know what, I want to do that. And then you just do it. Get yourself some capture software. I just finally got a real microphone. I was recording on a headset mic, but I just got a real microphone. And yeah, man, just do it. Do it the way they do it. Do it the way you want to. Doesn't matter. You can just do it. It is unbelievable. So yeah, man, that's my positivity for the evening. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you definitely should, because it is extremely satisfying. It's frustrating. It's challenging. It takes a lot of time, but it is awesome, and I would definitely recommend it. The end. Rant over. So let me see how we're doing on time. Let me lean out to the side here. We are at 22 minutes. This is going to be perfect. We should finish this field right around, hopefully about 25 minutes, 28 minutes. That'll be a perfect episode. And I'll post this and also Lone Oak. Yeah, I'll post this and Lone Oak tomorrow, Thursday. And yeah, man. I don't know what else to tell you. That's all I got. I'm out of words. Doesn't happen too often. Told you I'm in marketing. Doesn't happen too often, but I'm out of words, man. Yeah, no, I really am. I don't have anything else to say. Holy smokes. That does not happen often. Now, I don't know. I know I've seen some farm sim vids with some ultra realistic farmers, and they talk about compaction and not driving back across the same part of the field that you've worked on. So we're ripping this right now. You call it plowing, you call it subsoiling. They're all a little bit different, but in game they're all sort of the same. But then we're going to cultivate this, because we're going to fertilize this and then cultivate it and then plant our grass. We're going to do this on a lot of fields, by the way, at least 5 or 6. I'll do it off camera. But we are going to convert a lot of meadow grass to crop grass. So I don't know, driving over areas that we just ran the ripper over. I don't know. I've heard different things. I've heard some people say, yeah, whatever, man, you do your best, but it's just impossible sometimes. And then I've heard other people say, oh, no, it's like absolutely critical. And the next year when you plant and harvest, you can absolutely see the places that you drove over, because the plants are so much smaller where the soil was overly compacted. So I don't know. I think in time, Farm Sim will get to a point where it can have all that stuff in there. Hopefully it's optional. I mean, I would always opt in on that sort of thing, but I know for a lot of players that's a little too realistic, you know. I just want to sandbag and have some fun, drive tractors. But if there was a way to opt in on things like compaction and what was the other one I was thinking of yesterday? I'm not going to be able to remember now. But if there was a way to opt in on stuff like that and just make it almost painfully realistic, you know, I would. I love stuff like that. Right. I'm going to fold this thing up. 26 minutes. Are you kidding me? This is perfect. Perfect. Could not have worked out better. Right. Let's get this thing parked. We got, yeah, we're going to do this field to our right. And we're going to do the one next to it. Yeah, we got a bunch of fields to do. Right on. I'm going to leave this engine on. She's running a little bit hot. I can't see it too well there. Let's maybe come over here. Looking for that thumbnail. Oh, there's your thumbnail right there. Gorgeous. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 2017 from Maplewood. And we will see you next time. Take care now.